Now you want to start fixing everything.
Since he said we were recording, I got to get in gear.
Oh.
Okay,
Alrighty. Welcome
to another episode of Melanated Harmony.
You forgot who we were?
I forgot, for a minute. With Nikko, and I'll be Nikko today, with Nikko and Sincere.
Hey!
So, what you want to talk about? You want to talk about this black girl magic?
Let's start with some black girl magic.
Oh my God, don't make me start crying up in here. With Amanda Gorman and Kamala Harris and seeing the Obamas walk in, this week I've really had a good week just seeing that and being appreciative of how far we've come. We had a long year, 2020, with COVID and George Floyd and everything that went on, and to just see this in the beginning of the year, it was wonderful. It was a wonderful thing. Especially, my daughter, I was looking at her, and this is somebody that's from where we from. We've seen a lot of history, so.
Definitely a lot of history. Want to acknowledge the beautiful poetry that Amanda shared with everyone. Poetry laureate, 22 years old.
22, just a baby.
Just a
baby, getting up there, just powerful
doing her
words.
Thing.
Yes.
Looking like the little queen that she is.
Absolutely.
Just everything was perfect. So we want to give her a big shout out. And of course, because I'm a proud mama, I'm going to give a shout out to all the poetry laureates that we know.
Yes.
Starting with my daughter, who is the poetry laureate for the city of Richmond and Contra Costa County. Mm-hmm. More Black Girl Magic.
Exactly.
You guys will get poetry from her later.
Yes.
But Amanda, we want to thank you. You are motivational, inspirational, being twice your age and being inspired by you.
Yes.
Girl, you are doing big things, because it is very hard for you to teach an old dog new tricks and to light fires under some of us that are a little bit older.
Really.
So I thank you for being genuine. I wanted to point out that she said she wrote that speech following the riots at the Capitol. So even though our country was going through turmoil, she saw what we needed, and she brought that to a national stage. And she used her moment in the spotlight to make us all prouder and shine and show that we as a people can do great things.
Absolutely. Somebody my daughter can look up to.
Definitely.
It's like, couldn't have said it better myself.
Okay. So, what's been going on? What do we want to talk about? We want to talk about, remember, we said we wanted to talk about,
I was going to say motherhood, because that was a topic that we mentioned on our page, and a few people mentioned motherhood and different aspects of motherhood. So how you want to start with that?
Well, when you say the word motherhood, because it's a very general topic, we want to talk about what it's like to be mothers of Black children, both women and men, being affected by today's society and the fears that we have when our children are out of our view. The understanding that we have to let them live their lives and be adults, but because of what's going on, there's always that
fear in the back of your mind, right? Yeah. Right, where you never know what to expect, what could possibly happen, and things like that. Another thing to touch on with motherhood is how some people aren't able to experience it. I think a lot of us take for granted the fact that we're able to reproduce and don't think about how others feel and what they're going through. Like me, myself, personally, I went through a situation where I didn't want any more kids. And once I remarried, my husband wanted more kids, and we couldn't conceive. And it was like, okay, what's going on? I know I have fibroids, but I didn't know it was an actual issue. And I had to go through an entire process of thinking I would need IVF and meds and doctor appointments and just like an orientation, like a 4-hour-long orientation about freezing the eggs and possibilities. And I think the meds were like $6,000 and the process itself was like $13,000. Now, I'm grateful that we were in a position where we were saying, okay, the job will pay for so much and we can do the rest. But everybody's not able to do that. And that gave me a different perspective because I know people who have gone through this process, and the weight is different when you're actually going through it and seeing what's behind, all of the doctor's visits and everything. Now, I was fortunate enough to have the surgery and get my fibroids removed, and I was able to conceive naturally. So I didn't actually need the IVF, and I do realize that everybody's not that fortunate, and some people are very insensitive to that and don't realize how their words and their actions can pierce other people. And I think, that's another aspect of motherhood that, and, like I said, people take that for granted. So, yeah.
Definitely. Personally, never had a problem getting pregnant. My problem was not getting pregnant. Sorry, kids. Love you guys. But for me, I think when I think of motherhood, I think about how when I was raising my children, because I started having kids at 17, like my life was you're living in the moment and you're providing for today. I really didn't understand about providing for the future. I was just trying to make it through that next month. So being older now is like my thought process is different. I'm trying to teach my kids different things. I'm trying to get them set up so they can help my grandkids. So it's like this motherhood thing keeps rolling over and over, and I guess you never get finished.
It never stops. It never stops. No, I say that too. And then I'm glad you touched on that because that's the difference between me having my kids being, 22 years apart. Things I thought about and things I did as a younger mother, it's like, wow, why didn't I, a custodial account for my son? Why didn't I create this? Why didn't I, go back to school and do this and that? And it's like with my daughter, I'm like, okay, I have to change how I eat. I have to change how I live because she's watching me. I can't talk this way. Like, it's a complete difference in how I viewed life in motherhood as a young person. And like you said, you think 18 years old and I'm done, they're grown. And it's like even at 20, my son will be 24 and I'm still, did you do this? Did you do that? It never ends. And even with his son, now his son is there and it's like, Mom, can you keep him so I can do this? No, you keep him, but it's a never ending job, definitely. And you never stop worrying about them. I don't care if he's 30 or 40 years old. I already know he's still going to be my baby. And, that's life, But I didn't think about that. I didn't think about being this age and still worried about where he is or if he's okay or if the police harassed him today because, kids, they're not going to tell us everything. They live life and, they're grown. I'll deal with it.
Well, I think part of the problem is, like, our parents came from outright Jim Crow. Then our generation, we didn't have it as blatant, and now it's coming back full force because it's being televised. Not that it changed, it's just that now we have video cameras on our phones, so people are posting these things all the time, and you're seeing it more. It's not that it's really happening more, it's just that the media and
for us,
the personal media, I don't know, the social networking. Yeah, because it's not media, it's the social networking and us sharing the information with each other. And I'm gonna say shout out to Facebook because I got cousins that I knew nothing about until Facebook linked us all up. We all over the United States at this point. So shout out to my McCrees and my Joneses and you Morgans too. I guess I love y'all too.
Well, damn, that. Lord.
Hey, it's some on that side that I can take or leave. But anyway, we're going to keep it pushing.
Push past that one. That's a mess.
Yes, motherhood, family, what we believe in, what we think is the most important, networking. Got to make sure you guys start with your inner circle, branch out. Turn it into a square, whatever you need to do. But we should be helping each other build to do great things from within. There's no reason that we should be having to go outside of our community and our network.
Okay.
Damn it.
I thought you was just touching on family because I was going to say sometimes, that can hurt you too, because I've had situations where I tried to keep it in the family. Right. That's why I was going to touch on that for a minute, because sometimes that family will hurt you worse because they're thinking I'm family, but
Yeah.
We're gonna
I don't say all family. You know, look, don't take our kindness for weakness.
Exactly. Sometimes you have to do that. It's like, I just, don't make me do that to you. I don't want to have to, but anyway.
We're still about that life.
Exactly.
So, before we
just
get
got
too far,
bail money now.
Hey.
We ain't gonna sit in there.
And
no,
because of that good job that we have, I get a 10% discount because of the union that I belong to. So yeah, we definitely getting out.
My job pays for legal fees. So
just know we out of here. But before we get too far into the show, we do want to say shout out to the Dark Network.
Yeah, absolutely. Always.
Cobiz, we love you. Thank you for having us. Who else do we want to talk about? I need everyone out there who is an activist, humanitarian, someone who just genuinely cares about others, to take a look at, there's a story about Keith Malik Washington. He is a whistleblower about the substandard treatment of the residents in the facilities ran by the GEO Group. The facility he's in is a halfway house in the Tenderloin. Their COVID protocols are a joke. The guys are being mistreated, and when Malik decided to send out photos to people and start having other people ask questions, because he has his own social media, and I believe it's either a newspaper or a podcast that he works with, his phone was confiscated because they're trying to stop the real information from getting out. So do your research. We're always going to tell you that. Anything we say on the show, please do your own research.
Right.
Check out the GEO Group. Check out Malik Washington's story. And please, if you can, show him some support. They want you to call the GEO Group, write emails. Let them know that Malik is not alone in this fight. He is trying to fight for fair and equal and rights for people who are in halfway houses. Or let him go home to his family on an ankle monitor. It's just that simple. He has a family who can afford to take him in with no issues, but you rather keep him in a substandard halfway house where his health is being at risk every day.
Yeah.
So please help Malik.
Hey family, it's your girl, Revolutionary Rika. Let me tell you how you can break every chain that has caused you to stay stagnant in your life and begin to live a life of purpose. I have developed a space for individuals like yourself to engage in conversation that allows you to make critical sense of life's challenges to help you navigate your journey. My podcast, also known as Critical Sense Making Sessions, will help you develop your critical sense making skills and a sense of belonging. My guests bring their passions, obstacles, wisdom, and resources to the conversation to understand where we have come from, where we are now, and where we are heading. Everyone can benefit from this experience. New episodes air weekly on Sundays at 6 p.m. on the Revolutionary Rika channel on YouTube. Please subscribe and listen in as I make critical sense of our world with my dynamic guests. Please email me to learn more about how you can be a guest on my podcast. I am looking forward to making critical sense with you. Be well and prosper.
What else you want to talk about?
It was motherhood, and it was how motherhood, how children and families are affected.
With the incarceration?
Yes. With families that are incarcerated.
You want to talk about that?
I've had, personally, it takes a toll on everybody. For one, the kids are in a situation where they feel like, I was here, what made you leave me? And in a lot of situations, they don't understand that it's not their parents' fault, because a lot of our men are locked up.
And women.
Yeah, a lot of our men and women, you're right, are locked up, and because of, an association or previous history. They had priors. So they were railroaded into situations, and the entire families feel that hit. You know, the person, the man or the woman goes to jail. The kids are left on their own. You have aunties, uncles, grandparents that have to step in. So it's not just the motherhood, you know, that's affected by it, but everybody. And, you know, I've dealt with that personally. And it takes its toll on you. And it doesn't necessarily go away either. Like, just like, you know, being a parent. It's something that the kids learn to be dependent on you.
And
because
that bond is broken.
Exactly.
There's a constant fear that parent is always going to be taken away from them.
Exactly.
So even when they get to come home, if they don't have the right support system, then the family still struggles, because it's like, especially if they come home to a teenager, like, you've been going.
And you've missed these years. Yeah.
I've been doing this. Now you want to come tell me what to do?
Right. And I'm supposed to respect you?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's, And then it's a cycle. And then it turns into a cycle, because then the kids become rebellious. A lot of people in the Black community, sad to say, that feel like they don't need therapy, and I've had it myself. You know, it does help out in a lot of ways. You know, everybody may not feel like it's helpful, but sometimes it does help to get those things out. Like, you're not alone. A lot of things I used to deal with, I felt like it was just me. You know, who else is going through this? And it was really just everyday issues, you know, that a lot of people would experience. And
well, with therapy, a lot of the times, I say to have a therapist is having somebody you can say whatever you want, and it doesn't affect them personally, so they're not going to take it, and their feelings aren't going to be hurt.
Yeah.
So you can say whatever you want about anybody that you're associated with, which you may or may not be able to have that conversation with your friend, because it might hurt their feelings, even though it's you trying to get something off your chest. So
not just hurting their feelings, but so you might not want to say certain things to somebody because of how they may look at you later, or they may
their reaction, and they're going to carry that with them in a later
or possibly tell someone else, or you know, those type of things too.
But I love my therapist, and he ain't bad on my eyes. I don't care what nobody say. Yep. So I'm not going to tell y'all his name, because y'all going to be trying to sign up for him.
I'm sorry.
Nope. I'm not even going to tell you where I go to the doctor, because honey, I'm not sure.
You need a woman therapist.
Who?
You need a woman therapist.
Whatever. Black therapists, men matter. We gonna put it out there.
She said not bad on the eyes.
The sisters, I love y'all, but you know, sometimes you need to talk to an adult man with some education, and they don't have a personal. It's like they don't have no skin in the game. So you're not worried about them trying to, you know, get next to you later. You just having a real conversation. So, you know, you can get that from a good therapist, regardless of what they look like. But mine just happens to be an African-American male who went to a historically Black college in Atlanta. It is what it is. So we're gonna talk about something else.
I'm gonna look him up later. I got to see what he look like.
I'm a married woman. So
I just want to see what he look like, because you got excited.
We're going to kp.org and look at him later. Oops, I shouldn't have said that.
You said it. No. It's out there now.
Too late. No. Okay, we're going to get back to some real business.
Right.
We want to give a shout out to the Workers' World Party. They did a protest at San Francisco City Hall. Please find them on social media. They are very active for social justice. They have lots of members. They associate with lots of different groups. Groups like who? No Justice Under Capitalism. All of Us or None. California Coalition for Women Prisoners. So please check out the Workers' World Party. All of Us or None. No Justice Under Capitalism. Did we get everybody? Oh, Phase 2 Adult Reentry Program. They are opening up in Lake Elsinore. They need donations. They are a reentry program for people getting released from incarceration. If you know where Lake Elsinore is,
I was going to ask.
California. It's not up this way, but we want to support them as much as we can. You can go to their email at www.phase2adultreentrytraining.org. Support them if you can. They're doing some wonderful work over there. They're working with We Are Their Voices and a couple of other organizations.
Okay.
You do that one?
We have after hours dog grooming. You can get your dogs groomed, get the dogs dyed. They're tough, Black-owned business. You can follow them. Actually, they're in Oakland, down the street from like Oakland High School. You can follow them on Instagram at After Hours Grooming. You can contact them at 510-575-7833. Like I said, they bad. They really get down on them dogs. Like, no, I mean, like, they be dying them and just,
down on
I
them
sometimes
dogs.
look at them pictures and I be like, damn, like they did that with scissors. Like, you know, it's just amazing to me. It's like an art, you know, however you want the dog. Those dogs be coming in there looking kind of scruffy and leave out there like, you know, laid up, died. And you know what else I love about going there is that the dogs are like, they love dogs. Like, they can groom a dog and you can go in the shop and the dogs are running around the shop. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like they're put up. It's just like a customer, right? Yeah, they genuinely love dogs. So I love that about there. So, you know, my dog go up there and get her little spa treatment, get her nails clipped and her hair done and come out smelling all fresh and happy.
Asking for chicken.
And yeah, she like chicken. Don't talk about my dog. Don't talk about, she's a pit, but she's a lover. You know, the kids slap her around a little bit and she just shake it off. You know, she's a she's a real friendly pit. So yeah, After Hours dog grooming, definitely. And groomed by Lisa or Mook.
Okay, what about the Big House Wives Club? Abby Marie is making custom pillowcases, and more. We have Affiliates and Offenders Recovery Program Incorporated. Bernard Cooper, he is down towards Southern California as well, doing some wonderful work with people both inside and outside. He sends them homework. They have work to do while they're incarcerated, so to help them be ready for when they hit the streets. I love seeing him on Facebook. He is so genuine and caring, and I love how much he loves his mama, and he is representing his mama. And going back to motherhood.
Real men represent their mamas, though. They respect it. They respect it.
When you raise them right, even if they go astray for a little while, they still come back to that home training.
They know.
And what their mothers gave them. So, Bernard, we're here for you, and Mama, we got his back.
Right. Right.
So we want to make sure that we support our reentry programs and the programs that are really trying to help the brothers and sisters on their way out. San Quentin families, we are accepting applications for inmate family council members. Can I be honest for a second?
Of course, always. Okay. I don't mind. Just,
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna ruffle some feathers, which y'all know you can't beat me. For everyone out there, you have a problem with what the inmate family council is doing at your local facility, put in an application, join the council, and make the change. If you're not going to do at least those couple steps, please take several seats. Because I see a lot of you on your social media and on your little websites. I'm not going to call you out because I don't want to give you no new followers. But it's no reason for you to be disrespectful to people who are trying to help. Right. We're all going to do different things, different ways, and be different parts of the puzzle. But if you're going to be rude and ignorant, yeah, I said it, please come for me. For those of you who do want to be a part of the solution and not a part of the problem, please send in your applications. And if your inmate family council is already full, you can still communicate with them. You can still send those emails to the council members so your voice can be heard to the warden. Still sign those petitions. Mm-hmm. You know, you can be a part of this solution without having a title. A lot of time, people are worried about their title, and they want to be seen. Mm-hmm. But if you're going to be seen and not doing anything, then please miss me.
Right.
Okay? That was just my own little, rant because, I got some issues going on with my inmate family council haters, because that's what you guys are. You're IFC haters. Get your life together. You should be trying to build your council, not tear us apart because you can't be on it no more. Next.
That's all some people can do. But let's skip over to something positive, something sweet. We have Auntie's Cake Stand. You can contact her at Yummy Cakes, P like Paul, C like Charlie, S like Sam at yahoo.com. I went back to like Pacific Bell days. Huh?
Yes, hey,
yeah, we met at work. But she do cakes, cupcakes, food, treats, whatever you want. She did my wedding cakes and my cupcakes, and it was wonderful. What did we have? Like 3 cakes, and I don't even know how many cupcakes.
Yeah, she's wonderful. She cooks for me all the time.
See?
So, yeah.
You didn't even have to say it like that.
Well, she does. She
cooks
loves
for me all the time.
We got some good peanut butter cookies right outside that I'm about to
that I can't eat because remember I started my diet plan, right? Last time we was here, so I'm 8 pounds down, and she just don't want me to be great.
I do want you to be
why
great.
Would you bring me some cookies?
Okay. I'm skinny, but I'm skinny because I'm sickly. It's not because I did anything wonderful. So.
I'm working hard trying to lose this weight, y'all. Like I got like a 4-pack coming in, and then it's like, oh, y'all, wait till COVID about to, oh Lord,
wait till summer.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm off the hook.
So that July episode, y'all ain't no telling what she gonna wear. Anyway,
I got this little sheer outfit I'm working on. My husband said I can wear it if as long as I'm with him. So.
Okay, we're gonna go to the next subject.
All right, what's going on, everybody? My name is Vernon Lane.
Yeah, it is Ada Adewale.
And y'all tuning in to The Agenda, your #1 new and upcoming source for Black information and Black excellence.
Yeah.
Man, we got a new episode that just posted. Make sure y'all click the link in the description. Check out our new episode and all our latest information hosted exclusively by the Dart Network. Yay!
Hey family, it's your girl, Revolutionary Rika. Please tune in the last day of every month for Revolutionary Rika Speaks at 6 p.m. If you miss it on my page on YouTube, Revolutionary Rika Speaks, check it out on the Dart Network, 247.com. I can't wait to see you. Come get this game.
Women on the Rise, Black Women's Sanctuary. They meet monthly online. Please check them out. Side note, Juanita has so many different businesses. You just got to go to her page and figure out what she's doing. She is collecting school supplies. She is doing my hair after I get off from work some days. She's working with the schools. She's on a couple different councils and boards. Like that little lady is a behind the scene monster, okay? And she about to be back in front of the camera. She's working on her music. You guys really need to hook up. Because when I tell you, you guys say some of the same things about women and music and empowerment.
Everybody trying to bring me out of retirement.
I'm just saying you need to hook up, even if you're just mentoring someone. That could be great. And you guys, our whole purpose is to build our network.
That's the purpose. You're right.
So if we don't build the network with us, and that's how it keeps branching out. Like every time you bring somebody new in, they're going to have a talent that somebody else didn't have, or they're going to know somebody who does something else.
And that's how you build your team. Exactly.
And that's why we're building our team. So we're going to have to officially build our board pretty soon. But we'll get to that.
Okay.
We'll get to that. Of course, Little Llamas, make sure you guys check out my sister and my niece's store. Anybody who sees
I
me
have
at
a
the
delicious
protest,
piece of soap. I was just looking like, oh.
It is not a delicious piece of soap.
You know what I mean?
I'm going to need for her.
Well, it's the diet. I'm telling y'all, it's the diet. The soap looks so delicious. Like I can bite it.
Yes, we'll share some pictures of that stuff. Go on the page, you guys see it. But if you see me at a protest or at an event, I'm probably giving you some Little Llama stuff. So we want to make sure we shout them out.
Yes, please. We have Bowie Entertainment production. He's out of Las Vegas, so he's putting together shows. He has his own artist. He's an artist himself. His name is Cashmere Ninja, so you can check him out and go to his page.
And you might see somebody you know in the video.
Oh, my goodness.
I can sit in when I be with my family.
Oh, see? That's all the way something different. And we got AA balloons. So it's just party designs, whatever type of balloons that you like.
Yeah, she's on Facebook.
Yeah, follow her on Facebook.
She might be on Instagram too. I have to check her. Erica, hit your cousin up.
We'll find it out. Yeah,
yes.
we'll find that information out.
Come to our page. You can make sure you get everything that we're touching on. Please come to the page. You can definitely get connected that way. LaJohn B., also known as LJ Butcher and John the Prince, just released the song Land of Ignorance on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. That's my play nephew, y'all. He is so talented. I am so proud of him. His mom is one of my really, really good friends. Shout out to Sheen. Feel better soon. I love you. We're going to talk in a little while. Now, Wachira Wines. Y'all come go on a wine safari with your girl. Go to www.wachirawines.com. When Nikki is off this diet, we taking a safari at the house.
She said at the house.
At the house. We got to be at the house. We can't drive when the safari is over.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's really going to be a safari at the house.
Yes.
Though. Like, y'all don't even know.
I'm bringing the safari to your house.
Okay. I'm with it. I'm with that. I'm working on my outside area, too. So it's going to be nice.
We're going to work on that. Now, for you guys, Wachira Wines does wine tastings. So, if we can get enough of you interested to come to the same location, they will probably come out and take you through the safari. The last time I did it, it was free. I'm not gonna say it'll be free the next time because I don't know what they have going on. Check out their page. Check out our page. I don't like all kinds of wine, but nothing that they've ever poured me was nasty, which is really good because I'm a wine snob. If it's not sweet. I was
about to say that, like, all your alcohol is, like, sweet.
Yeah, I like sweet alcohol, but Wachira, they doing their thing.
I need some real alcohol. Like, something strong. If I'm going to drink it, I need it to do what I need it to do.
Well, you want something that's going to do what it needs to do. My princess, who started her new job, says they have some wine at her new job that has the THC already infused for your drinking pleasures. So,
what size bottle of wine is this?
I'm not even going there. I just know it costs $25.
Okay.
And
we'll talk later.
Speaking of that, there's another company. I have to get the name, but when I was in Vegas, they got vodka with the CBD and THC infused.
I think I seen some of that. Vodka that was infused.
It's all kind of stuff out there.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about something. Oh, why are we talking about that? You guys.
Let me talk about THC infused stuff.
Because I love going to the sesh. So I need to plug that too. Please, please go on Instagram. Find out where the sesh is that is local to you. Go get your CBD creams, your hot chocolate bombs. Go get some empanadas from Rosie and Mission Boricua.
She got all the jokes today.
I mean, but that's where I go. That's where I get my empanadas.
My girl over here talking about soap looked delicious.
And now you gonna
add some hot chocolate bombs.
Those hot chocolate bombs with the CBD and the THC. You just gotta add milk or hot water. Girl, you better wake your game up. But anyway,
I'll wake it up in about 45 days. That's about 45 days. No, because this transition has been something else. Like, I feel different. I tried to cheat and eat some chicken the other day. It didn't even sit right on my stomach.
Don't do that.
Like, it is. Oh, I did it. I needed some hot sauce.
Don't do that no more.
Okay. I'm back.
I'm going to talk about my other adopted. I've got so many adopted family members, but that's what we do.
Okay, wait, hold on. Wait. She's an adopted family member, but this is somebody that she went to school. Well, her mother is somebody she went to school with and I met at work, and she's a mutual friend, and we didn't know. We found that out later. Wait a minute, how you know her?
Well, I knew me and Nicole, the other Nicole.
Yeah.
This is her daughter. Okay. I'm skipping that part. She is certifying as a doula and a plant-based. As a doula, I support families, most times moms in particular, with mental, emotional, physical, and information support. Doulas greatly decrease some of the more predominant risk of childbirth, both in and out of the hospital setting. Of course, that's even more important for us. Another is infertility, which is where being plant-based really comes into play. Changing diet to support a body that may not be able to carry the full term due to issues and diseases impacted by what you ingest. I share plant-based meals and selections from the meal prep list I've created for my doula clients. The objective is to show plant-based foods and ideas that are easy and good for you while contributing to healthy living as other Black bodies. I answer DM questions about substitutions for things like meat, dairy, bread. She's pursuing her certification in holistic nutrition this fall. Her IGs are at plant-based doula and turned up veganish. My adopted niecey poo.
That's so interesting.
Yes.
I mean, I just touched on that, like the infertility portion and things like that, and even now with dieting, it's like it's a different way of living, you know, and just the foods, like being on my 1,200 calorie diet and seeing how much food actually goes into each meal. It's like, wow, look how much we've been overeating. You know, you take a piece of chicken, it's like, okay, eat 4 ounces of chicken and 4 ounces of spinach. You can have 3 ounces of sweet potatoes and an ounce of feta cheese, you know, something like that. And that's a meal, like a 400 calorie meal. But when you actually look at it, it's like, I thought it would be less than that, you know, but man, I've been overeating like crazy. You know, not eating the right stuff. 4 ounces of kale is 57 calories.
It's not the right stuff.
Yeah,
exactly.
You know, you eating all these foods, and it's like you're eating for fuel. You're fueling your body, nothing more. You don't have to eat all that extra stuff. So, not having sugar in my tea, not having, you know, no sodas and no juice. Like I drank some wine, and I was like, damn, I'm thirsty. You know, like you don't realize how much sugar is really in that stuff.
I didn't bring no wine today because I didn't want you to fuss at me.
No, that's fine. I mean, you know, it's.
I thought about it.
Yeah. I would have fussed. I was gonna say I wasn't, but that would have been lying.
On the 91st day.
Oh, I'm gonna be drinking some of everything. I got some Uncle Nearest at home. I just bought that bottle of 1800 that Costco had on sale.
They got the Uncle Nearest at Costco.
Well, they don't have Uncle Nearest at Costco. I had just got some. Yeah, we be buying that from the store down the street.
Yeah,
but
okay.
I got my cabinet together. I'm working on it. I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna have it. I got a birthday coming up. I'm gonna cheat that day too.
Let me tell y'all. I made some drunken chicken the other day. I put some lemon
Get your hand off me.
Olive oil.
You don't look me in my face and then talk
about some Hennessy in the pressure cooker on that chicken.
That sounds so good.
Lord Jesus. Let me tell you, I experiments with the drink in my food.
She gonna make me depressed.
I'm sorry.
I want some drunken chicken.
I'm sorry. You can have some drunken chicken in a couple months.
It'll be worth it though.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have my shirt off too.
Anyway,
I'm gonna have my shirt off with my sports bra on. I'm gonna be like, yeah.
You already know I believe in celebrating your sexy. You said I can't share my pictures. I'm gonna start.
I didn't say you couldn't share it, but
she told me not to.
Right. You don't need that. You know, because there's no telling what she might put on there. I've been knowing this girl for a long time. She's gonna be like, well, I'm married. Yeah, I know. But still.
Hey, I'm an adult.
Well, yeah.
Anyway,
we gonna leave that alone. You don't need no.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about something else.
Fans only.
CTF is still having issues getting video visits. Social distancing is still not a thing at most of the facilities. A lot of the families are complaining about that. A lot of the families are complaining that their loved ones are not getting the proper PPEs.
Mm-hmm.
Their food is still not the best quality. There's delays in them getting their packages. Of course, the price of the packages, the fact that they're still collecting restitution on anything going into their books, except for the stimulus check. The California Department of Corrections made an amendment for that. If you want your stimulus check deposited into your prison account, then that's okay. We won't take restitution out of that. You can spend all that with our stores here. No problem.
And you know, sometimes I can't. It's like, why? Are you trying to keep track of who's receiving one and who's not? Because
no, they want that money to be spent in the prison.
Okay.
If it goes home to the wife, then she gonna take a few dollars.
She might, right.
If it goes straight to the prison, then you know it's being spent in the prison. You know it's going to go on a package or them going to the store every week.
Because I know at one point they were trying to say they didn't want people in prison to receive the stimulus check.
Yeah, they did. They had to fight to get that in court.
Yeah,
so, yeah. But we not even want to talk about that. The ones who was getting unemployment and all that stuff. That's a whole other issue. We're not going to talk about that. Vaccine rollout. I did hear that they are starting to vaccinate the incarcerated population. There are different stories on what the priority and the criteria is. So we're still trying to map that out.
Right.
Hoping to get some information from the warden at San Quentin specifically. I'm sorry, that's where my loved one is. You guys, like I said, contact your IFCs and your governing councils if you need information about the facility your loved one is in. Start with them, contact the ombudsman, and if you're not successful, then go directly to the warden.
Is it something that is it optional? Or are they being forced to?
For now, it's optional.
Okay.
But I think for now it's optional because they don't have enough to go around.
Okay.
So I think they're trying to do the 70s and ups, and then they're going down to the 65s and ups and like that.
So kind of the way they're doing it like at Kaiser or not. Like,
yes.
Okay. Stages.
Yes.
So how do you feel about the vaccine in general? Like, would you take the vaccine? She rolled her eyes at me, y'all.
Well, she put me on the spot, y'all.
Yeah, that's what we doing here.
I'm a little torn. I'm serious. I'm a little torn. I have family members who've taken it.
Mm-hmm.
So they've been okay so far, but I seriously question if they're going to give the incarcerated population the best vaccine,
right?
Or they just gonna get the one that barely passed, because we decided to waive these tests. So we can hurry up and push out this medication. I mean, think about it. How many times have you seen that commercial about baby powder killing people?
Right.
Baby powder's still on the market.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
They have no problem. What's the other one that they said the company, they pushed out the drug and they knew that it was toxic, but because their patents hadn't extended, they didn't release the better form until that profit margin ended. So I don't trust them.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. Like, in all honesty, I do. Even with my parents, like them being older and having like underlying conditions, it's like they are waiting to get the vaccine. And I get it. You know, they have my baby that they can't be around, my grandson, their great grandson that they can't see and be around. So I get it. And, older people, they catch it and they're dying. Yes, like Larry King died today.
Yeah.
I'm looking at like, damn, it was COVID. Like, he didn't live all this time and COVID took him out. The last Tuskegee Airman, he lived all this time and COVID took him out. So it's scary, as far as my parents. But then I look at myself and it's like, damn, am I going to have to deal with something 20 or 30 years later? Because I took this vaccine right now.
Yeah.
But we have those issues with all vaccines. And if I could take my baby to get her shots, it's so I don't know. We've been dealing with
when it comes down to myself, I think by then there'll be more testing by the time they get to people like us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And see, I had a problem with the fact that they started with the seniors because I'm like, are we using our elders as guinea pigs? Is that what we doing? Are we thinning the herd by? Because now, y'all got this vaccine and you want to put a push on senior black people. Like, you was letting us die off at first.
Right.
But now, all of a sudden, you want to make sure they get the vaccine the quickest. Like, I don't know. Are you using us as guinea pigs?
I was wondering that, too.
Or are you genuinely trying to make this equal where you're trying to save us because you were letting us die off at such fast rates in the beginning of COVID? Because, we as people don't go to the doctor regularly. Or have access to good doctors.
Or medical,
Yeah, tell me.
People can't afford it anymore,
Exactly.
things like that. So yeah,
and you know how I feel about social services. I love my job, but the budgeting that the federal government and the Board of Governors has set for our people to live off of is ridiculous.
Yeah,
like $204 a month in food stamps for someone who has zero income. Like, what you gonna do with that?
Right. How long does that really last
it's a help,
you?
But yeah, it's not enough.
And it's not like, going back to like dieting. When you're eating healthy
food,
yes.
Oh my God.
Healthy food is expensive. It's expensive. And you're taking $204 and you're trying to spread it for the month. So you're buying noodles. You're buying, stuff that you're trying to make it last, but you're going to eat a lot of rice. You're going to eat a lot
mashed
of
potatoes.
Exactly.
Because it's cheap. You can get this box of mashed potatoes for $1. And I'm going to have 3 or 4 meals out of it.
Right. 5 for $5 or whatever. You're trying to keep up with it. So, yes. So it makes a difference.
Yeah. So, we as a people need to, when we're voting, put more money into social services. I think that'll be a little bit easier now because a lot of people who never used social services before, when the pandemic hit, those people were running to social services. And when they got there, they were in shock at the little bit of assistance that they were going to get. And it was like, oh, you don't remember all the stuff that people have been complaining about for years about how social services is not enough? But because you're used to, making $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month, and now your income is cut down to the $455 a week from unemployment, you're like, well, but I used to make this.
Right. So you're not making enough, but you make too much to qualify too. So that happens too. I've been there. Like, what?
Yeah. That's a whole nother monster.
Yeah, we can tackle that next time.
Especially the Medi-Cal monster. We'll talk. Yeah, health care in this country is really not built for regular people like us.
Yeah, it's not.
So unless you have a job that has really, really good health care, you're pretty much stuck. Even if you're doing Obamacare, Cobra, or whatever, you still, it's not that easy. I know right now I pay like $6 something for my Kaiser a month, and I think my job pays like another $14.
Yeah, and that's still a lot. Like even with my job, it's for me, it's free. I don't pay anything, and so like, but it's not. That's not the case for most people. My copay, if I have a copay, I want to say it's like $20.
If she has a copay.
Well, no, I'm on my husband's insurance. I'm on my husband's insurance too. So I have the double coverage. So if I do have a copay, it's $20. Most of the time, I don't have one. Yeah. So it's not just I'm healthy. I'm healthy now because I'm eating right and doing right. But I had a hell of a year, y'all. Y'all just after the surgery and having the baby and just I had a failed surgery attempt.
I know.
And they found out I was allergic to the anesthesia.
What's going through?
So I woke up with a breathing tube in ICU, and I was like, "Wait a minute, y'all didn't do the surgery yet? Y'all put me to sleep? What you mean?" And then I went back and did it again like a fool. But
not like a fool.
I have my baby though.
It was needed.
I have my baby. So exactly. So but that's something else. But that's where that healthcare came in at.
Yeah.
Because if I didn't have that, we talking hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical bills.
Girl, you
like literally.
Remember, I got my thyroid taken out and a hysterectomy all in a month apart. So I did it a month apart.
She didn't want to wait. I was like, what?
I didn't want to take off too much time.
You let yourself heal up between surgery? So she was like, no. I'm getting this shit over with.
I did the hysterectomy first, and then I went back and got my thyroid taken out, which is when I started losing weight. So that's part of it too. My body is still trying to balance out some stuff. But, to have back-to-back surgeries.
No, like you taking advantage of it, though. You be like, shit, you see this body?
I'm telling you, OnlyFans page coming soon. No, just... no. But, as we get older, our bodies are changing. We're trying to be more healthy. It's not always easy.
It's not.
I have more cheat days than I would like. I am very active though, because when I'm not protesting, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I still turn on that big speaker that you guys see me with the protest and my microphone, and I karaoke by my damn self in my house.
I ain't mad.
I give whole concerts. So the neighbors don't necessarily like it, but that's how I stay active when I can't go outside and do my destination walks and my adventure walks and get to my lighthouses because my sister is not ready to go out in the public yet. So
I'm scared of that stuff.
That's fine, which is why
I have on 2 masks. I always have on 2 masks. I have gloves in the car.
That's good.
I have I'm scared of it. Like literally people that I know that I went to school with are starting to die now. People that are close to me in my circle are like.
You have to be careful, especially with the baby, because we don't know what it would do to a baby long term.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm definitely not going to be responsible for something happening to her.
Exactly.
10, 15 years from now, from being careless. So I understand completely.
Yeah.
I just fussed at my son the other day because he came in the house and drank the orange juice out the bottle. I was like, "You're trying to kill me." It is COVID. It is a pandemic. I don't know where you've been. I don't know what little girls you've been kissing on. Don't be trying to bring death to me. So I get it. Like,
Yeah.
I made him take the orange juice with him when he left that day. Like, no, you can't even leave it in my refrigerator. So
I might accidentally drink it, huh?
exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I definitely understand it. Like I said, I've had cousins, one wound up in intensive care, the other one had to bring the oxygen tanks home with her. The other one say he got the Trump serum. Got the Trump cocktail.
Right.
It depends on what hospital you go to.
I was going to say that medical, it made a difference.
It depends on what hospital you go to because all the treatments are different depending on where you are. And if you are incarcerated, the treatment is you sit in your cell and we're going to give you a Tylenol and come take your temperature twice a day if you're lucky.
And that's it.
Until you get sick enough to get rushed to an outside hospital. Then they call your family and let you talk to them on the phone so you can say goodbye.
That's crazy.
It's absolutely horrible.
And people are really attending funerals on Zoom. Like, this is horrible. I mean, it's like, it's so bad. I'll be sitting there looking at the news sometimes, and I'll be like, this is the stuff that my grandkids are going to ask about because it'll probably be in, like, history books.
Oh,
this is, like, crazy times. Like, y'all lived through that.
1914? Don't quote me. But yeah, it's the same thing. It's history in the making.
Unbelievable.
Which is why we have to try to like get a hold on it. Make sure that we are teaching our children how to protect themselves. I mean, I think I saw the meme the other day, and it was like, teach your sons to cover this and cover this. So
they don't listen. They don't listen.
It's like,
they gonna cover their mouth, but
hopefully.
Yeah,
hopefully. But you have to teach your kids nowadays. We just had to learn about condoms and things like that, and now we have to teach them that there's a invisible killer, and the person you're next to might not know that they have it.
And life as you know it is changed. So, I'm thinking about my daughter saying, damn, do I want to take her to Chuck E. Cheese and playing them balls with all them germs and, those type of things. And she's only one. Exactly. But, I mean, in the future, I'm like,
that
okay.
were common cannot be common anymore.
You go to the arcade and you got your hands on the buttons and the joystick and the... Not
even that, like... I took my grandson to the store, and I'm like, we're walking through, and he's seeing all these toys, and I'm like, no, don't touch it. Like, I'm walking with my little wipes in my purse, like, you want this toy? Okay.
Right, exactly.
Now put it in the basket. But it's scary, and they don't understand. But it's like, for us, it's like, like, I would just break if something happened to you, and then I found out I'm responsible.
Right.
Like, that would be even more of a dagger for me. So it's like, no. Where's your gloves at? Here's your mask. Let's put your hat on. It's like, sorry, no one can see what you look like anymore.
Yeah, and my baby, she be hot. Like, we have her in her stroller, and we have like a blanket over one part, and then a blanket goes over the back and comes all the way over her face, and she be fussing because it's like, I want to see.
Yeah, I can't see.
She want to see what's going on, and it's like she can't wear a mask, so what are we supposed to do?
Do they still have those little plastic things that go over strollers?
They have them, but I'd rather do the blanket just because I know the blanket will catch whatever germs come her way. Like, I would rather do that instead
of... the plastic. My kids had the plastics on their Cadillacs. Well,
She's on their Cadillacs.
I kept having babies back to back, so I had 2 sets of double strollers.
Yeah, see, I didn't have those problems. Yeah, so.
Okay. Let's get this in real quick.
May my mind, heart, and soul reach a state of perfect serenity. May all my thoughts and actions reflect my pursuit of a peaceful and tranquil existence. I love that. That's what I'm on right now.
Okay. Harmony now radiates through any mind, body, and emotion. The magical flow now... Oh, my glasses are getting foggy now. Consumes my entire being. I am calm, relaxed, and at peace. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Melanated Harmony, the Dark Network.
And we'll be back. Did you smile? Did you lean in and smile?
No.
I could have sworn she leaned in and said this.